Hello and welcome back. Got a few trains running here in the background. 262 tank loco with the suburban train there. And the Silver King storming underneath the elevated section there. Well, it's been, again, a relatively busy week. And I did get some work done on this siding here. I did get the point and some of the track sorted, but there is still work to do. So I've also got the 8F running behind me here. So that's just running under the station there. You see that creeping under there. So we'll get that to run through in a second. But what I've also got is this Class 31 with some Triang brick wagons. Thought we'd have some brick wagons out on the 2 rail as well as the 3 rail. There we go, we saw those the other week. And just watch that storm past. Quite like that when that happens. So let's just get back to this Triang train. You see I've got the point in but not electrified. So we'll give that a bit of a run around. Now, 2 of my wagons have the brick insert or the load. Let's see if we can follow that around. And we have to remember to bring this to a stop because I haven't shifted the points. I'm turning that the wrong way, I have to admit. So handheld controller there and turning that in the wrong direction. Let's get that point there. Let's give that one more around, see if we can remember to turn the controls in the correct direction this time. Looks nice in the light coming through the window. Let's see if we can get that coming around there. Suburban train in the background. Yeah, bits and pieces sitting all over the place at the moment. Let's see if we can get that suburban train under the elevated section there. I can hear some Hornby Dublo coming around the corner here. Lovely sound. I think what we'll do, we'll bring some of this to a halt now, because then we'll have a quick look at the siding that we've begun to develop. Let's just follow this brick wagon round, because that's the controls I've got in my hand at the moment. We'll get the controls turned the correct direction this time. There we go. So I'll just pop those down. Actually, we'll pop those down over here. And let's see if we can begin to stop that in the station. Gentle stop there. And now I think what we're going to do is catch this 8F as it comes around. So we'll get the correct controls for that. That's going to go under the station. And we'll bring this in underneath the window. So gentle stop there. And let's see if I can grab the Silver King as well. There we have it. So that makes a difference in sound when all that lot stops running, doesn't it? Let's have a quick look at this siding. So I was messing around with it here. Originally I was going to put it in here. One track back so it came around there, involved a bit more of a curve, would have been neater here. But the simplicity of putting it in there I quite liked. But it did involve me changing the point lever. So if we had one of those white uprights there, that was going to clip with coaches and bogie wagons coming through there. So I've gone for it that way around. So it hasn't been electrified yet. It's cleaned up. Still some work to do. But I'm still chasing the tracks down here. I've got to get an isolating rail. I think it's partially made up here, so I've got a couple of rail breaks in it, which will enable me to share this siding or crossover between the two separate circuits. So I was quite looking forward to that. Let's bring that locomotive through. Let's just give that a little bit of power. There we go. So let's have a, whoops, that's going to fall on the floor. Let's switch that. And let's see if we can run this lot back through there, and remember not to turn the controller the wrong direction as I'm getting to the end of the siding there. There we go, so that's almost all in. So I'll get 2 trains of a reasonable size in here once I've finished this. And you can see where I've had some track sort of loosely pinned down here before, but the fish plates weren't really sorted out properly, so I've taken those out. I'm also going to drop the isolating rail back to sort of the middle of the overall siding. So yeah, let's bring this round again. Let's bring this back around the railway. And we'll have a quick look at the points. See if we can come in a bit tighter on that. So brick wagons made from about 1959 to 67, although the one with the load, I think they were only available into the early 60s, the year I forget at the moment, so I will put that at the bottom of the screen. Let's stop that in that crossover there, and we'll just pop the controls down for a second, and let's attend to this point. So in the points, a number of the points, not just this one, where I'm using them in corners, sometimes things don't like coming out of curves. I've cut them in. I don't know whether we can get focus there, if you can see in there. So when the point blade comes over, it's accommodated in there. So instead of the lead wheel on the locomotive running head first into a piece of metal, it sort of smooths out the curve. I've got it on a number of others around the railway. As we come out of curves, it sort of solves some of the problems, makes for a little bit smoother running. So let's flip that, and we'll have once around with the Britannia whilst we're here. I think let's swap that around now. I've left the controls on the other side. Let's grab those. Let's see if we can get the Britannia underway. So I think this siding I'm going in here will be the last sort of bit of track work, potentially, he says, unless we decide to do anything else. Let's see if we can get that to return back into the loop there. So it all runs relatively smoothly. Let's pop that there. So pop that down. We'll close those points. So we'll make those straight. So I've got some boxes here. So brick wagon R.219, bogie brick wagon. Getting focus there. Nice sort of square Triangle Railways boxes. And then R.240 with the brick load again. I can't remember the time, the length of time that with the brick load it ran. I don't think it was very long. There was another version of this wagon made in the 1970 in bright red, London brick. I'll put an insert picture in the corner of the screen there. Let's grab this catalogue. So 59 was the year it showed up. Let's see if we can just quickly flip through to where it is. I think they were getting quite interested in putting loads in things, but it doesn't sort of mention R.240 in this one. I think it probably came along at a later date, or it was just available rather than making it into the catalogue. Perhaps they hadn't thought of putting the load in there, but they're quite nice things. Let's sort of grab one off the rails and have a look. So we'll pop that down. Yeah, brick load. I've got my notes here. I'd forgotten all about my notes. I don't know whether we can read those. Yeah, with load 59 to 61, and without the load 59 to 67, and the London brick 70 to 73. There's also, reminds me there, a non-printed version which may have been used in sets. Sorry about that. I write these things down and then sort of forget about them. Let's grab an uncoupler and see if we can have a swift look over one of these wagons, or two of these wagons. Some of these aren't in terribly good condition. As I say, two are boxed and two are unboxed. So let's see if we can get that one. There we go. This is quite a nice conditioned one. Let's have a look at that. So quite a lot of underframe detail there. So these haven't got pinpoints. I'm sure I do have one with pinpoint axles. There we go, there's the load. And we're looking there, we've got sort of planking detail in that wagon there. So the metal bogies on there. I'm not sure whether the later ones transferred to plastic bogies. But, they're sort of put away somewhere else, the ones in the slightly later boxes. So that's quite a nice detail there. So the let me just pull one of these Hornby Dublo ones off while we're at it. There we go. So the Hornby Dublo wagon is a little bit shorter. Let's have a look at that. So there, the Hornby Dublo wagon, quite a bit shorter. So there we go, quite nice items. So let's have a look at one more of them. I think one of these has got sort of some fairly significant damage. Let's have a look at that one. There's quite a nice sort of underframe detail moulded in all the way under there, isn't there? Let's put that one down. Let's have a look at one more of those. Yeah, I think that's got some bits sort of snapped off it. Yeah, that one's another market stall purchase. But they make up quite an interesting rake. Let's pop those down. And let's get those out of the way for a second. Perhaps we'll get them back on the rails, maybe just for one last run around, perhaps. So let's see if I can do this sort of one-handed. So I'm pointing in the wrong direction there. There we go. I think we need to swap back to the other hand for this, really. So let's pop that on there. Whoops. Yeah, so the two centre ones we've got loads in. Get that on there. Rather beaten up R16 brake van. Pop that one on there. And I'm not even going to wrestle with the Dublo one back over there, but I think we'll just give that the once around. And a couple of other things as well. Yeah, I've got some switches finally came in. So single pole switches I can use for the isolating on there. I'll get those wired up ideally in the next week if we get the time. But really, I really want to get that in as well. So I need a double pole switch for that one because I'm braking on both rails, and get the wire work and a switch in. Although I think I'm short of a momentary switch, a momentary contract switch for the point there. So I might have to delay that. Anyway, that was a little bit of an update there, and we've got some sort of rough station buildings standing in there. So I'll dig out some of the other platform pieces and we'll perhaps get a footbridge back in there. So I think that's probably it for now. So we'll just get that underway and we'll call that a day. But thanks again for watching. And if you look back again next time, we'll try and have something else to look at on the railway. Goodbye now.